Good afternoon, YouTube. This is my Always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we have a event coming up this weekend. This Saturday is the return of the Vancouver Island Showdown or Divine Isles. This show's been around for at least about 3 years now. It's the third year. Last year we had a stacked lineup. The first show we had one female bodybuilder that was Eva Montgomery, but this year we have at least 6 ladies. Compared to last year, we had 8. And it's a good lineup. I mean, just a couple of ladies who just competed just about a couple of weeks ago at the Triple Dynasty also competed in this show. So we have here the list. And like I said, there's some familiar names on here. And also we got some new names, a couple of ladies making debuts, and some ladies who already competed, just a couple of weeks ago. Right here we have is the lovely Miss Selena Petak. I've interviewed before. As you know, she took 4th place at the Triple O Dynasty, and also I think she took, I believe she took 2nd at the, and also women's over 40. She's an impressive physique. I mean, she has great conditioning. She looked pretty good. This was her, this is her year of her debut. I mean, she turned pro in like about 2 years ago, and now she's doing pretty good. I mean, taking 4th at the Triple O, and then and also in doing well in the Masters division. She has a impressive physique. I think she could do pretty good this show. It's all opinion. The lineup's still good, strong lineup, but there's a good chance she might, I don't know, she might take this show. Next up we have is the lovely Miss Major. I addressed her by her proper title, Major Michelle Bogdan. Michelle, she also made her debut. She turned pro last year, and this was going to be in the Triple O was her debuting show, and she looked pretty impressive. I mean, some things she needed to work on, but the 2 weeks since the Triple O, I think she might have made those improvements. Here's the ladies making a debut. We have Mariana Gasarian. That's if I can't pronounce the ring, I want to excuse me. She was a powerlifter for a good while. She competed quite a few times as a women's bodybuilding competitor and physique, but she earned a pro card at the USA's the same time as a lady who I did interview, Ursula Morrow, and she was very impressive. She's a powerhouse. As you know, she was a powerlifting champion, and she has a impressive physique, so we'll see how well she's going to do this show. Next is a lady who I've been in contact with, did interviews with. I consider her a friend, the lovely Mrs. Melanie Horton. Now, Melanie, if you remember, originally, earned a pro card as a bodybuilder, and that was over 20 years ago. And she last competed as a bodybuilder back in '99 at the Olympia. But now she's making a return to bodybuilding, and she was competing for the last 4 or 5 years as a physique competitor. I mean, she looked really good. Some stuff she sent me, and also you go to her YouTube channel, you can see some posts. It's impressive. She's working with people like Jody Bohm, and also she's working with Mona Persillet with opposing. And I think, like I said, she might do well at this show. Next up, we have a young lady who's making a debut. This is Rebecca Rowe. If I got her name wrong, I want to apologize. She is originally from Mexico. She earned a pro card about a couple years ago, and now she's making her pro debut. Don't know much about her, but we're going to see how she does. And last but not least, we have here is Julia Wetzel. Now, Julia, she took 3rd at the Triple Dynasty, and she took 2nd last year at this show, the Van Isle show. She wasn't as the best condition she was compared to last year when she took the qualification at Toronto. But like I said, she's doing the show, and maybe those 2 weeks give her time to make improvements on her conditioning. So she's a possible guaranteed chance of a winner. But like I said, Leon looks pretty good, and Mariana, she's probably a dark horse. So I think this might be a battle for who's going to get the Olympic qualification. This lady, I wish she done this show. That is Gabby Vega. I feel like she should have done this show. I mean, she took 2nd to Teresa Vasic, meaning that she could possibly get her Olympic qualification here. But I think she's thinking about maybe doing a show in Tampa and also doing a show in the Anaheim, where she lives in California now. But I think she could have got I feel like if she came to the show and what the condition she had for Triple O Dynasty, she probably could have won the show. Here is Gina Cavallero, and Gina was supposed to do Triple O, but then she dropped out of that show, and then there was talk she was going to do this show. But my guess, some things are working out. As you know, I've seen her working out with Hella Trevino, so there's a good chance that she might maybe do New York or maybe Chicago. She remember she earned a pro card in Chicago, and that's been at least 3 or 4 years ago. So wish her best of luck. Now this is the list for physique, and this is a very small list. I'm very surprised. I think some ladies in physique are not ready yet. Then also there's a strong contingent of Canadian competitors that could probably done the show. But I know somebody told me that it's travel from even in certain parts of Canada. It's hard to get to Vancouver. I remember I think Eva said she had to take a ferry because she lives up in Washington State. I think from Portland to get to to Vancouver. But like I said, I think some of the ladies are still working on conditioning. I think they want to do the shows in the later year, like the New York, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis, which are coming up. Here we have one Miss R.B. Meyer, and she's making a pro debut. I recently saw her. She did an interview with my man David Bryan over at the Female Body Forum. She's a mom, of 5 kids, and this is a great opportunity for her. It's all she could possibly do pretty well depending on what condition she comes in. Next up we have is Miss Julie Schultz. As you know, she competed also at Triple O Dynasty in women's bodybuilding, but now she's switching back to physique. There's a good chance that she might do pretty good at the show. Like I said, there's only 3 women, so there's all places going to place either second or first or third. And next is a lady who I got the pleasure interviewing. That's Mariana Van Gicke, and she's from Chile. And Mariana's doing pretty good. I've seen, she's really impressive physique. She has good muscle aesthetics. I feel like this. Most definitely, this is going to be her show. She's only been a pro for a couple of years. Her Olympic qualification. Now, one lady, she competed last year in women's physique. That is Alejandra Velasquez, and she's from Spain. I thought maybe she should done this show. I think if she was a show, I think we'd have a battle between her and Mariana for the opportunity to compete. So, this one of the ladies I think of that probably won this on the show. I know if it wasn't for her injury, Ann Moon was going to do a show, and also with some issues. Also, Amanda Coley was supposed to do the show, but she decided to drop out. So anyway, the show is going to be, as you know, Vancouver is like a Pacific time, meaning they're 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time. So the show is going to start. Doors open around about 9. The pre-judging starts around 10, which would probably be 1 o'clock my time. I want to shout out to one special person who did a thing for me that she shouldn't have done it. That is the lovely Mrs. Eunice Martinez Kitchen. She sent me $50 because that's the cost of the pay-per-view, and then plus taxes. And she wanted me to watch it so I can give my critique of it, because I wasn't going to watch it because anyway I had an interview around 2 o'clock that afternoon on Saturday, but I'm going to see if I can catch the prejudging, and then I can check the finals. Like I said, I want to see how the show goes. Like I said, I want to be a guy who really wants to give opportunity to catch some of these shows. Like I said, it's past my budget, and I have some work I got to do in my car. But I really appreciate you, Eunice. I mean, you really done quite a lot for me. More than anybody I think I could say has done for me who's doing this contest. So shout out to Eunice, and I can thank her again. But I'm going to watch the much as I can of the prejudging. Then I'm going to watch the finals, and like I said, and then also on Monday we're going to do a critique of the show. I hope, like I said, I hope it's a good show. Shout out to the guy Corey who runs the show. I've often heard ladies tell me he does pretty good work and really gives respect to these ladies. And it's not just women's bodybuilding and physique, it's also wellness. But like I said, I don't do too much on wellness because I don't know all the competitors that well. So shout out to these competitors. Wish them best of luck, and I hope this can be a great show. It's me on the way, George Page, aka Emperor of Female Body Talk. Like, don't like, subscribe. I'm out.